I feel as if I've stepped into a scene from The Wind in the Willows. We've got all the characters there, and we've got the caravan and the horse. It's absolutely charming. Where did it come from?
Kenneth Grahame was a patient to my grandfather. He was a doctor in Goring-on-Thames.
Which works very well, of course, because Kenneth Grahame, the author of Wind in the Willows, lived in Cookham, which is just down the road from Goring. And when was this, roughly?
Around about 1930s.
And I'm looking at a photograph. Now, I'm presuming that this gentleman here...
Yes, that gentleman there's my grandfather, and my mother's sitting on his knee.
They're flat-cut wooden characters, beautifully painted and articulated with steel pins so that they can move. And they are of a type which makes me think of a particular maker, which is a company called Talford Toys. Talford Toys sounds like this massive enterprise. It was two sisters.
Goodness.
Two sisters who lived in Talford Cottage in Reigate set up Talford Toys.
When Kenneth Grahame had this one made for my grandfather, he had one made for himself as well.
Please tell me why Pooh Bear has muscled in to Wind in the Willows.
Well, apparently Kenneth Grahame really liked Winnie the Pooh. So he just added Winnie the Pooh.
And hoped that your grandfather would love him as much.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take my life in my hands and pick him up and hope I can put him down again. Winnie the Pooh here, we can see he's articulated, he can move his head, he can move his little arms, his legs. And I've checked on all the feet, which is where the name would be written, and there is no name. So no proof of Talford Toys. But I do know that Talford Toys made a Pooh Bear set. Of course, the characters in Pooh Bear were illustrations by Ernest Shepard, just as he was the illustrator of Wind in the Willows. So there is a link there. There is quite a following as far as the collectability of these toys are concerned. And the little figures can fetch 100, perhaps £200 a piece. So my feeling is that including Pooh, who is really enjoying his time by the riverbank,
Yes.
I would put the estimate at perhaps £1,000 to £1,500.
Really?
So thank you for bringing to life that wonderful time in the 20s and 30s on the Thames in Berkshire.
How exciting. Thank you, Hilary. Thank you.
Pleasure.
I honestly thought that it was going to be worth about sort of 50 quid because I thought it was made by a local craftsman and it had been played with by my mother's family and me when I was little. So, yes, quite exciting.